Hi everybody, welcome. So today I woke up and I felt flat and gray like the sky outside. I'm a little bit sick, I'm a little bit bored, I'm lonely, and I feel kind of like we're in that last mile. I know they're rolling out the vaccine, could take a while to get sort of life back to normal, and it just feels like I'm on the 25th mile of the marathon or the 41st kilometer, and I'm face down in the mud, and it feels like it's hard to get up and keep going. So I thought I would make a video today to talk about what's the pickle juice that we can drink that helps us ease out the cramp, that adds the salt and the sugar that we need, that helps us work out the cramp to get through and make it to the finish line. So let me back up a minute and just take a minute to introduce myself. My name is Megan Warren, and I'm a certified life coach specializing in emotional resilience. For those of you who've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I've been creating videos that are designed to work through a variety of the challenges that you encounter in life. So if this video resonates with you or it interests you, subscribe to my channel, and that way you can stay updated. So I know that they're rolling out the vaccine in some countries, and actually that's made me feel absolutely impatient for life to restart. And I know my clients and my family and my friends are just as tired of this period as I am. Tired of being indoors, tired of constant gray days, tired of coping with limited entertainment options, but mostly tired of being alone and lonely. And as the tunnel gets closer, my patience wanes even as my impatience grows, which then increases my susceptibility to loneliness and boredom. Now, I published on this topic in March, but while the end of the tunnel is in some ways closer, right? Because of that context of less patience and more impatience, the topic's even more critical now than it was before. Last spring, we didn't even know if there would be a vaccine. And we hadn't been tolerating these conditions for as long. And in the uncertainty, a lot of people just settled in for the long haul. But now that we're approaching, a vaccine rollout, and it could be a long one, right? And if the context is that our patience is thin and we feel restless to get back to normal, then it actually makes it harder to cope with the mental health pandemic. And that potentially creates a chaotic situation, even more so now than at the beginning of the pandemic. So this video today is going to be about getting through the toughest part of the course, right? That last part of the marathon. So we're going to talk through 5 different things that you can do to drink the pickle juice, right? To get rid of the cramp, to add the salt and the sugar in your life, and to help you just get up out of the mud when you feel like you cannot make it to the end of the pandemic. So in terms of crossing the finish line, the 5 ideas that I've come up with are 5 ideas that I have used personally, and a lot of them they're a culmination that I found on different sources. So the first step is meditation. Now, I struggled and actually resisted meditation for the longest time. It took me forever to get into meditation. I thought I should do it, but it never appealed to me because I thought it had to be done in darkness and silence. And the point was to actually erase or evacuate all of my thoughts. I felt like a failure, a bored failure. And it's only recently I was so delighted to discover that I was incredibly wrong. So the point of meditation, amazingly, is not to erase thoughts. It's simply to take a break from them, to let them come and then kind of pass while you're using the power of your imagination to escape the grayness and the drudgery into a fantastical place of light, of inspiration, of music or gratitude. So take some time this week, to create a place that you'd like to visit in your mind. Spend some time in that daydream. Let reality intrude as it will, because it will come, but then let it pass like a cloud or maybe drive away like a bus. Try to stay in that daydream for at least 10 minutes every day. And I suspect after you do it for a while, you'll find that you want to spend more time there. Now, I've pulled together some links from some powerful meditations that I personally used, and I'll put them in the comments section of this video. So if you're looking for some specific ones, you can go there. So the second thing you could do to kind of get you through the marathon is figure out a way to grow. Use this enforced pause at the end of it to move forward rather than staying stagnant. So set an intention for what you want to come out of this pandemic with. I mean, do you want to come out having mastered a new skill, or do you want to come out, reinforcing your love handles? And having eaten my weight in chocolate in the last couple days because of the grayness, I get that it's difficult. But while you're eating the chocolate, take some time to watch some online videos for what you want to learn about. Sign up for Coursera or IDEO University, or watch some TED Talks. Another thing you could do related to growth is journaling. Take this time to learn about yourself. What makes you tick? What's driving you crazy? What needs work? Every piece of you can be broken down using project management and critical thinking, and you can figure something new out. You could also create something. Share what you're doing. I had a friend named Vanessa who actually read books and created a whole website related to the books that she was reading, and she linked it to a recipe. In another idea, you could give yourself a sense of accomplishment. So do something you've been putting off. Tighten a loose door handle, or knit a sweater for Aunt Selma. So the third thing that you can do beyond growing is move it. Just make sure that you move. Dance it out. Try emotional dancing. Feel sad? Pick a song and then try to express what you feel in movement. Feel lethargic? Pick a favorite song and dance in slow motion. You could also sweat it out. Challenge yourself to up-level your strength. At the end of 4 weeks, so do your push-ups now, and then at the end of 4 weeks, after training, see how many you can do then. You could also get creative with sweating. Pour some soap and water on the floor. There's a lot of videos going around where you create your own treadmill. You can get out in nature, especially if you have access to isolated spots. I mean, are you upset because the ski resorts are closed and you can't ski? Well, you could use that as an opportunity to branch out. Try some snowshoeing or cross-country skiing or sledding. Do something new that you haven't done before. So the fourth, pickle juice that you can do is play. Restart your imagination. Find a good book and read it for no reason. Paint, color. Wear bright colors. I put on red today because I felt gray. I have a friend, Garoj, who swears by the power of Sister Act, and he is not wrong. Play with anything you can find that makes you want to play. Laugh. Laughter is also something. And if you need some help getting started, you can watch some funny animal videos. You can read a page of dad jokes. My personal favorite, you could play a prank on somebody. Another idea would be to build a blanket fort. Spend a few hours huddled in it and doing something that you enjoy for no other reason than because you enjoy it. But whatever you do, find a way to play and laugh. So the fifth and last thing you can do for pickle juice is to connect. So connect with friends on Zoom. If you're already doing that, connect with different friends, old friends that you haven't talked to in a while. Share what you're doing with others. If you think, well, they're not going to be interested in the fact that I'm knitting, ask yourself if you are craving something to cut that flat boredom. Another idea might be to start or continue a book club. But whatever you do, realize that you're not alone when you connect. That fear, that loneliness, that boredom, the anxiety that you feel, someone else feels the same thing. And connect with the knowledge that there is a whole community of people who feel exactly the same way that you do in this moment. I think awareness that the last mile of this marathon is going to be tough, especially if your emotional fortitude is maybe depleted. And if that vaccine rollout drags out, well, it's going to be really key. So in light of that, I challenge you to proactively address your mental health. Try, one or more, whatever, of the ways to get pickle juice into your system that I suggested above, and come back to the comments and let this community know how it worked. And then take some time and share some suggestions for other people to try. Something that worked for you that you really enjoyed. If you want to connect on these topics, or, simply be heard, or even, brainstorm some ideas that might work for you specifically, or talk through an issue, visit my website at www.meganwarrencoaching.com and connect with me. I offer a free 60-minute coping call to help you get through the end of this marathon. Thank you so much for listening today. Be well.